Why? Why did the good Lord make me a Sixers fan? Why? Why couldn't I be something else? Why couldn't I do something else with my time on this beautiful earth? Why did I have to be a Sixers fan? Listen, let's talk about it. It's not all bad, by the way. It's not actually. You might be surprised. You might be surprised. But thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Run It Back Philly Sixers Postgame Live. My name is DJ Eastwood. This show is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all podcast platforms. If you're listening, give us a review. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers. We're at 24,901. We need 99 more subs to break 25,000. Thanks for being here. And consider becoming a member of the channel to get a little logo next to your name, your comments highlighted in the chat, access to members only Discord, all types of things. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Two more things before we get started. This is brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. New customers get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 using promo code RUNITBACK. I told you what was going to happen in this game. It was obvious. It was so easy to see. Come on, bro. It was so simple to predict this game. And this is brought to you by Game Time Ticket App. Use promo code CLNS for $20 off of your ticket purchase. Let's get down to business. Thank you to Tommy Notter for a super chat, $1.99 super chat, but you didn't say anything. Lawrence Talley, member of the channel. Nurse has to release the bench. Me and you were right. Yes, we were right. Alex, member of the channel. To watch Jared McCain. Was there a first part of that sentence? I'm not sure. 268 people in here. Let's get started, okay? In Joel Embiid's return, there's Tommy Noller's message. My bad. What do you get for becoming a member? Number one, you get to support me and my endeavors of becoming a YouTube Sixers legend. You get a logo next to your name. You get your comments highlighted in the chat. You get access to members-only videos and the members-only Discord. That's all. $5 a month. That's all. You spent more than that at Starbucks today. All right, let's get started, man. In Joel Embiid's return to play, or if you want to say Joel Embiid's start to his on-court ramping up process. He's been ramping up all off season. Wasn't ready to go when the season started. He was still in his ramp up protocol. I don't know what's up with my chair right now. And now he's on the court, and now he's going to ramp up on the court. You know, that's the funny part about, I told you guys the Sixers were lying to you, right? I told you they were lying because I was like, if he's not hurt, he would have been in the game. He would have been, if he wasn't injured, he would have been playing game one to play back into basketball shape, to start to play into shape and to start to get the rust off. He would have been playing game number one. This is why I said he's clearly injured, because what you saw tonight is what Joel Embiid looks like in game one. This is my point. They were like, we don't think he's ready yet. He's still in a ramp-up protocol. We're still ramping up for what? To play game 9 of the season and look like you would have looked in game 1? Do you understand what I'm saying? So literally the sign on my show, I'm ramping up to start ramping up. It's not a joke. Joel Embiid was ramping up all off season. He was ramping up the first 8 games of the season so that he could start ramping up. I'm not angry. This isn't me being angry. This is just me yelling because I was right the whole time, dude. He had knee swelling. and he couldn't play the beginning of the season. Now he starts playing and he's going to start ramping up. It's a fucking fiasco, but it's fine. At least he's out there. At least he's out there, because part of me, a lot of me actually, half of me, maybe 60% of me, maybe 75% of me thought that Joel Embiid was absolutely cooked and they were lying and he was about to retire. So if we're going to find a silver lining here, it's the fact that Joel Embiid played a basketball game. Okay? Joel Embiid played a basketball game, ladies. That's the takeaway here. It's good that Joel Embiid played a basketball game. Okay? That is a step in the right direction for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lost 111-99. I'm going to give you all my thoughts on the game. Don't worry about it. But I just want to say the good thing here is that Joel Embiid played a basketball game. And this, did he look good in the game? Hell no, absolutely not. This was so easy to predict. But just having Joel Embiid on the floor changes the game on a level that is unspeakable. Now, did they collapse in the fourth quarter? Yes. Could they have won this game? Yes. But I'm just speaking positives here. Just having Joel Embiid on the floor changes the game so much. I think there's a lot Nick Nurse has to figure out with lineups. I think his dying obsession with his obviously adopted stepson Kyle Lowry needs to be over. But the good thing is Joel Embiid played a basketball game, and just him being on the floor changed everything. And that's how impactful Joel Embiid is, that he can be absolutely out of shape, just done ramping up to start ramping up, be complete dog shit in a basketball game. But his presence alone changed everything. I saw more wide open shots for everybody just from Joel Embiid being out there. Now, if you were we were on the stream last night, me, RB, Sean Bernard, and MJ, and they were all Sixers are going to beat the Knicks. I'm not betting on the Knicks. Sixers. I was like, were any of you guys listening to that show last night? I straight up said the Sixers are going to lose to the Knicks. Joel Embiid's going to look like shit. He's going to have 11 turnovers. He's going to be absolutely terrible. And then everybody's going to be mad and the internet's going to go crazy. I predicted this from a mile away. Name one time Joel Embiid was good at basketball the first game of the season. I don't know how you set yourself up for this one, guys. I knew Joel Embiid was going to look like shit. Everybody should have known Joel Embiid was going to look like shit. It's going to take him 5 or 6 games to get back in and to knock the rust off and to, get the rhythm. I'm just happy he was out there. And do I think he's going to get back to what he was 5 years ago? No. 2 years ago? Maybe. And like 2 years ago, MVP level Joel Embiid? That's even a stretch for me right now. But even if Joel Embiid is a shell of himself or a shell of what he used to be, he is still so impactful on both ends of the floor. It's just great to have him out there. Defensively, even without blocked shot statistics, which did he block any shot? He did block a shot. He blocked one shot off the backboard. I think it was a Jalen Brunson layup attempt. Let me see all stats here. Here we go. He had one block. He had 8 free throws. All of those were in the first half, by the way. His foul baiting wasn't rusty. I want to make sure I say that. His foul baiting wasn't rusty. All right. He got in there. He did some sweep throughs. He did some lean ins. He did some yelling at the refs. I was like, Joel, come on, bro. So he 8 free throws in the first half. His foul baiting was ready to go. His foul baiting is ramped up. He's ready to get to the free throw line. Now we need the rest of his game to come around. Now, in the first quarter, He was in the game for 4 minutes, and then he walked to the locker room with a big ice bag around his knee. And I thought it was over. I thought the season was done. I thought he was cooked. I thought this is it. The Sixers lied to us. I was right the whole time. His knee is not okay. He can't play basketball. He went into the locker room 4 minutes into the game. I had a panic attack. All right. But he came back in the game. I don't know what the hell he was doing in the locker room. Maybe he had to, I don't know. You know what I mean? But he came back in the game. Played the rest of the game on a minute's restriction. It is what it is. But again, there's a lot of people in the chat. There was a lot of people in the live stream talking all this, Joel Embiid this, Joel Embiid that, absolutely trashing him. You guys got to be happy that he just got back on the floor. I'm just happy that he's on the floor. That's all. And I'm really, really excited to see a couple of combinations with Joel Embiid, and I saw a couple of flashes tonight of those combinations. The combination of him and Gershon Yabusele needs to be more. The combination of Joel Embiid and Jared McCain. I don't think anybody can argue that at this point. That kid's a fucking bucket. Jared McCain was feeding off of the Joel Embiid gravity. Bro, I mean, he's so good. He's so good. So there's a lot of things that were refreshing to see and that I was excited to see, and it's a good step in the right direction. Getting Embiid back, seeing the combination of him with some of those players, seeing how he changes the game, and watching some of those players do some things off of Joel Embiid's gravity. Paul George, 29 points. So Paul George finally finds his rhythm. Paul George finally gets the shot to fall. You know, had the 3-point shot falling, had the turnaround mid-range falling, was getting to the rim and his little Euro, getting to the lane, getting to the layups over smaller players. Paul George was doing a lot of things that I liked, and we knew that his shot was going to fall eventually. He was shooting 11% from three to start the season because he was ramping up too, you know. So it looks like Paul George played 32 minutes in this game, so he was on a minutes restriction too. Nick Nurse before the game said he's not out of the woods yet, which is a wild figure of speech, but he played 32 minutes in this game, got up 19 shots, 7 for 11 from three, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. So this is a really, really good Paul George game. There were some things he did in the game that were not good. Another like cross-court pass that was just like, what are you doing for a turnover? He had 4 turnovers in the game. He had more turnovers than anybody else on the floor. So Paul George is still having a little bit of a turnover issue. But very, very good game from Paul George in this game. That's another good step in the right direction. And so I liked a lot of things that I saw. I was a little bit like, I don't want to say confused or shocked that the first player off the bench was Jeff Doughton Jr. It just feels random. I like Jeff Doughton Jr. I think he's better than Kyle Lowry. I've been saying it. And the Jared McCain thing, Nick Nurse seems to only want to play Jared McCain as a shooting guard and still have like a facilitating point guard on the floor. There was some really good lineups in the game that I liked. There was some lineups that I absolutely hated. Kelly Oubre was absolutely horrendous in this game. Caleb Martin had a lot better of a game than he's had at the beginning of this season so far. So I was interested that, first of all, I was intrigued that Kyle Lowry was still starting. People were saying Jared McCain needs to start. And I told you guys, listen, I told you guys, Nick Nurse is not just going to go off of a couple of good games for a rookie and all of a sudden throw him in a starting lineup. That was so easy to see. I've been through this. Act like you have. Act like you've been through this before. We watched Doc Rivers for 3 entire seasons. This guy is basically Doc Rivers. He's a little bit smarter. He's a little bit smarter than Doc Rivers. But he does Doc Rivers type of shit. So you guys thought, oh, Jared McCain showed that he's a complete player and he should play a lot of minutes and he should actually be the starting point guard right now, especially with Tyrese Maxey out and Jared McCain isn't. I was like, don't be shocked when Kyle Lowry's still the starting point guard. And lo and behold, Nick Nurse's adopted stepson, Kyle Lowry, is still the starting point guard. Now, I am happy that Nick Nurse has come around to Jared McCain, has admitted that he's as good as we all seen that he is, and is playing Jared McCain the minutes that he needs to play him. I still want to see more minutes from Jared McCain. How many minutes did Jared McCain play in this game? Jared McCain played 30 minutes in this game. That's good minutes for Jared McCain. He played more minutes than Kyle Lowry, than Joel, obviously on a minutes restriction. He played more minutes than Kelly Oubre. Paul George played 32. Caleb Martin played 36. So Jared McCain had the third most minutes on the roster. So Nick Nurse knows, like all of us know, you need him out there. Jared McCain you need him out there. He gives you a firepower on offense that you literally do not have anywhere else. Paul George at the wing position, but as far as a ball handling guard who can score in the NBA without Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain is the only one on the entire team. Who would have thought a rookie would be the only point guard right now, or guard, point guard, shooting guard, or whatever you want to call him, whatever Nick Nurse thinks he is. Who would have thought a rookie would be the only one that can handle the ball and get to a shot? Who would have thought? So I'm happy Nick Nurse played Jared McCain the amount of minutes that he did, and the kid was unbelievable once again. He was unbelievable once again. Did they collapse in the fourth quarter? Yeah. Now, I had some stream issues because there's guys doing construction in front of my house right now. I can still hear them drilling into the road. Something happened in the middle of the fourth quarter. All of the internet went out in my house. So they took down a pole or something, and it was down for like 10 minutes, and then it came back up. So I was watching it on my phone. I was trying to get the stream back up. I missed a lot of what happened in the run. I saw Yabusele get beat a couple of times down the floor. OG Anunoby, I feel like, beat us down the floor 17 times in this game. OG Anunoby had 24 points. I didn't even realize he scored that many points until I looked at the stat sheet. But he beat us down the floor a bunch of times. We had a bunch of defensive miscommunications, double teaming Karl Anthony Towns on the block for some reason and letting somebody cut back door. Still a lot of defensive miscommunications I saw in this game that really probably killed the Sixers in the fourth quarter and allowed the Knicks to run away with it. They were on a 9-0 run. When I was watching in the fourth quarter, I believe before my stream went out, they were on a 9-0 run in the fourth quarter, and that run put us away. I think we got a tough bucket from Caleb Martin at a point to end that run. And then Jared McCain hit a catch-and-shoot three off of another Embiid assist. How many assists did Embiid have? I feel like he had a couple, 5 assists. So he was terrible in the game. He didn't have a shot like you would expect, but he had a lot of kick-out assists. He had 5 assists. Yabusele in the first half hit a 3 off of an Embiid assist too, and that, I thought that was going to continue, but Yabusele did not continue. He was 1 for 7 in the game. He was 1 for 5 from 3. He had 8 rebounds. But he got beat baseline a bunch of times. He got beat backdoor a bunch of times. He got beat in transition a bunch of times. I feel like Yabusele was pretty terrible defensively in this game, and that's probably why he only played 19 minutes. And where's Drummond? Drummond only played 18 minutes. I would have expected Drummond to play more minutes than Yabusele. So even with him beat on a minutes restriction, we only had Yabusele and Drummond in there. 19, 18 apiece. Still interesting to think about who the backup center really is. We keep telling Nick Nurse that Yabusele is not a center. He keeps running him at center. Yabusele he has trouble defensively against centers and against a lot of players, actually. He's still adjusting to the NBA, I think, defensively. And during that 9-0 run, I saw a pretty just easy drive by, I believe, Josh Hart on the baseline right past Yabusele for a layup. So a lot of defensive lapses in that fourth quarter that I think killed us. And, again, I feel like I saw a lot of good things, and I think it's a step in the right direction. That's basically my take on the game. My favorite play of the game was Jared McCain off of another Joel Embiid double team. They doubled Joel on the left wing. And again, Joel Embiid was terrible, but this is what he brings to the floor without even shooting the ball. He gets doubled. He's absolutely god-awful in this game, and he still gets double-teamed on the wing. Shaquille O'Neal, Mr. Joel Embiid never gets double-teamed. I don't know how you uttered those words out of your mouth, but he's been the most double-teamed player in the NBA for years now. Anyway, Joel Embiid gets double-teamed on the wing. This is my favorite play of the game. In the fourth quarter, and Jared McCain just attacks. He just attacks. And he's so controlled. He's such a complete player. Jared McCain had another 24 points off the bench. 23 points off the bench for Jared McCain. 4 for 10 from 3. 7 for 16 from the field. He's so confident. He's so under control. He's so poised. He's so sure of himself. He knows what to do in every situation and when to do it. He plays like a very experienced veteran guard. This is like, let's throw rookie out of the window now. Let's throw rookie out of the window. Nick Nurse, please throw rookie out of the window. I think he already did. He played Jared McCain 30 minutes in this game. Jared McCain there's no development time. He looks like a complete player. He looks like he could average 20 points a game in the NBA right now. I literally, tell me in the chat if that's an overreaction. I don't think that's an overreaction. I think Jared McCain could be a 20-point per game NBA player right now as a rookie. And speaking of which, on DraftKings right now, the odds for Rookie of the Year are still very, very high payout for Jared McCain. I don't see anybody in that draft class beating Jared McCain for Rookie of the Year. I am betting on Jared McCain to win Rookie of the Year. He looks like the most poised, ready to go player out of that draft. That's an incredible draft pick. And we didn't know we were going to lose Tyrese Maxey with a hamstring, of course. But who would have thought, again, that you would be relying on a rookie to try to lead you in the fourth quarter when, Paul George was out for a lot of that time that the Knicks were running. We were like, where the hell is Paul George? But I guess Nurse was trying to keep him around 30 minutes. So you have to look at that too. If you're overreacting to this game, you got to look at the minutes restriction. Nurse was trying to keep Paul George under 30 minutes. He held him out for a long stretch, and he was if George would have played 35 or 38 minutes in this game, he probably would have had 35 or 40 points, and the Sixers might have won the game. He was on fire. His shot was falling the whole night. The minute restriction thing is still killing us. And then we end up relying on Jared McCain, and I loved what he did. But I don't know. A lot of people in the chat on the stream were negative about the outcome of this game. I'm just not really. We had a chance to win it. We folded in the fourth. I think the minutes restriction is holding us back right now, but I saw so many good things, and Joel Embiid's not even ramped up yet. He was absolutely terrible in the game. I'm excited for Yabusele and Embiid on the floor together. I'm excited for Jared McCain on the floor with Embiid together. I'm excited for Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey on the floor with Embiid together. I'm excited for a lot of and we saw a little bit of a Paul George Embiid two-man game. I'm just happy the first 8 games of the season is over, and we're kind of seeing the potential of Joel Embiid, Paul George. We don't even have Tyrese Maxey back yet. And then you add in Jared McCain. There's 4 really good scorers on the Philadelphia 76ers, guys. When's the last time that happened? You tell me right now in the chat. In the chat right now. Saddam Hassan, thank you for the super chat. Is Nick Nurse a top 5 coach? I don't know. I used to say yes, I don't know. But answer me in the chat right now. When's the last time the Philadelphia 76ers had 4 really good scorers on their basketball team at the same time? What year? Frankie Balzonio, 83. So we gotta be happy about what we saw in this game as far as in that respect, and be excited for what they can do moving forward. You know what I mean? That's really my takeaway on the game. Did they collapse in the fourth? Yes. Should they have won the game, or did they have a chance to win the game? Yes. But I'm just not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not. Now, the last thing I want to say before I get to some people that are hanging out in the Discord calls is, what the freak is up with this damn Kyle Lowry obsession? Kyle Lowry in this game had 4 points in 26 minutes. He can't do anything in the NBA anymore, Nick Nurse. What don't you understand here? What are you not understanding, Nick Nurse? The Miami Heat were playing the dude like 7 minutes a game before they released him. The only reason he's still in the NBA is because you, his stepdad, is the coach of the 76ers. Kyle Lowry is retired, bro. Hang it up. Let it go. Play anybody else at point guard. Jeff Doughton Jr. I don't care. Sign Markelle Fultz. Bring in a guy on the G League. Anybody. I bet you right now, 40-year-old LeBron James could jump entirely over top of Kyle Lowry. What is he giving you that Nick Nurse loves so much? I'm confused. There's my Lowry rant. All right, and I love him as a player, what he used to be. I think he has potential. If he still wants to play in the NBA, he has potential to be an 8-minute off the bench, like TJ McConnell, kind of go out there, take a charge, dive on the floor, whatever. But you can't be playing Kyle Lowry 30 minutes in an NBA game in 2024. You can't. Nick Nurse, you might as well go out there and play yourself if you want to play Kyle Lowry 26 minutes. But other than that, like I feel good about what I saw and the potential, and I think everything was a good step in the right direction, even though they blew the game in the fourth quarter. That's my take on the whole game. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to get in the Discord. I got to tell you about the sponsors that make this show possible. This is brought to you by Game Time Ticket App. Game Time Ticket App is the best damn ticket app on the planet. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. You don't have to go on Facebook Marketplace and find tickets. You don't have to go anywhere but Game Time. They show you the best deal. They show you the cheapest ticket in the house. Whatever you're looking for, they got you. You don't have to sort through anything. You go to gametime.co. You find the tickets you want. They tell you where it is, and they show you what the seat is. They're doing all the work for you. You use promo code CLNS, and you get $20 off. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. And one more, DraftKings Sportsbook. Where did I put it? Don't tell DraftKings I messed this up. I got it somewhere. Well, here it is. Yeah, there it is. Well, that's a parlay I took the other night. I lost that. But anyway, you can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 on DraftKings. I did lose that parlay the other night. What am I supposed to say about DraftKings here? What did they pay me to say? I got to say it. Here we go. The NBA in-season tournament is here. The courts are still ugly, but your parlays don't have to be. I wrote that. They didn't write that. I wrote that. Get in on the NBA in-season tournament action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. The NBA Cup is every Tuesday and Friday for group play with a chance to advance to single elimination tournament and the NBA Cup Championship in Las Vegas. Right now, the NBA Cup MVP odds on DraftKings. Jason Tatum is winning that. If you want to go throw something on who you think will be the MVP of the NBA Cup. First time? Here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code RUNITBACK. That's code RUNITBACK for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 479 in here. Hit the like button for me one time. Give me 479 likes. And we're going to go over to the Discord, man. We got Mr. Hoover waiting in the Discord. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, Mr. Hoover. Anybody else? The Discord link is pinned to the top of the chat, or you can call the phone line right there. Jared, I see you waiting on the phone line. We'll get to you also. Mr. Hoover, you're on in the Discord, man. What's going on, bro? Oh, word. You had a call with running back Philly. I am running back Philly. RB. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. We're friends. It's all good, man. What you got, bro? I do have a Mr. Hoover, I do have a timer on the screen now because we gotta, you know what I mean? I can only give callers 2 minutes. All right. So there's a timer on there's a live caller timer on the screen now, but I'm excited to hear what you got to say. Yeah. Do you think he's as bad defensively as I think he is? Or am I overreacting?
People. You have to shift your feet. 2 feet, not just one run. You cannot be getting backdoored.
Hey, they couldn't hear Mr. Hoover. I had you muted in the chat. I had you muted, dude. Nobody heard what you said, bro. Say what you said about Yabusele again, man. My bad. I had you muted.
No worries. You gotta shuffle your feet. You can't be getting backdoored all the time. You cannot have that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be getting back. You definitely can't be getting backdoored all the time. That's facts.
It's fact. It's fact. It's not disrespectful. It's fact. I'm trying to help him. If he's watching, I'm trying to help you, dude. Shift your feet. You gotta move with both feet. Wide stance. Get down. Bend down. Move fast.
Yeah, bro.
2 feet. You can't just chase.
You got okay. Stay on your toes, or you get backdoored, man. That's for sure.
Yep. You gotta move. Other things. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Kelly Oubre, but I gotta step it up. Kelly Oubre, I think going forward has to come off the bench and be part of the bench unit.
Man, there was a play. I'm sorry to cut you off, man. There was a play where Kelly Oubre was on a fast break with Paul George on his left side, and he again forced it into a double team, and he just refuses to pass the ball. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm getting over Kelly Oubre. I think we loved him so much because we lacked so much athleticism last year, and now that we have other guys that can do what he was doing, but probably a little bit better, like Caleb Martin. I think I'm getting over Kelly Oubre. But continue. I'm sorry.
No, I get where you're coming from. I still think, I mean, it's early on the season, but I think what you should do, if you want to experiment, I really think we should split his minutes up going forward with Ricky Council and keep them both at the power forward spot.
I don't think Nurse is going to do
Ricky Council?
Nurse ain't going to play him.
Ricky Council is a dog. Okay, Ricky Council is a dog. He's going to go get those 10 rebounds. He's going to, or how many rebounds he can get. He's going to go get those points for you. Because let's be real, he would average the same amount with Kelly Oubre right now that he's getting. So if you split it up in both places, you have one guy here and then one guy there, and then maybe you can have them not so tired and worn out, you can start shooting. And both of you, hey, put some competitive spirit in you.
Nick Nurse hates him. But Nick Nurse hates him, man. We did the same thing with Doc Rivers, man. We talked about all of the things that he should do, but we know he's not going to do it. Nick Nurse is not even considering playing Ricky Council right now, and I don't expect him to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I would say, you know what, I would give a dem bonus some minutes with Andre Drummond.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that either. He's not going to do that. There's no point in us talking about it. He's not going to do it. Nick Nurse is not going to do that. You know what I mean? He's not. I agree. Yeah. I agree with you, but he's not going to do it. We can say that every day until we're blue in the face. I think he should put Lester Quinones on the floor for 5 minutes, see what he can do, but he won't do it. You know.
Mm-hmm. What
else you got, bro? What else you got?
Not to wrap this up, but I think you should listen to what you're saying, what Philly Take with RB is saying, because fans ain't stupid. No, we know what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
We go to the games. We do everything we need to do. People in the Discord want to talk after me. People know what they're talking about. I think Nick Nurse should listen to us. If he's listening right now, please listen to the fans. Try it out. Try it out. But other than that, that's it for me. Take your Advil, don't stress, and have a good night's sleep.
Mr. Hoover, I love you, man. Take it easy. Mr. Hoover, I don't know if you're being serious sometimes or not. Nick Nurse ain't listening to people in my Discord. I love that guy, man. I don't know if he's serious, though, but he's great. Nick Nurse ain't listening to anybody but Nick Nurse. That's what these coaches do. That's what these championship coaches do. They get an ego, and then they believe that they are the smartest person on the planet. And that's why we see things with an open mind, because we're not an NBA coach with some kind of ego. So we're like, hey, why don't you play this guy or this guy or this guy instead of these old washed veterans? And the old coach with the ego, because he won a championship, it has to take 8 games to get out of his own way to see what we saw in game 1. It's just facts, bro. You know what I mean? It's just facts. Jarrett Newsom is on the phone line. Yo, Jarrett, thanks for hanging out, man.
What's happening, brother?
What's going on with you?
Man, you know what? I got to take my Pepto-Bismol, because every time I watch the Sixers, I see this pudgy number 7 running up and down the court that can't do. And he even stopped. He stopped hitting shots now, so he really is no good to us. Lowry has to go, and I'm gonna tell you why he's still there.
Why is he still there?
Lowry has Nick Nurse in a compromising position, man, or something. Because there's no way. You and I see it. We're not coaches. What can he be doing in practice that would make him? Oh yeah, you're gonna start for us, buddy. What? Hey man, something's up.
I can't figure.
As my mom said, something in the milk ain't clean. And I look at it, man.
I can't figure out the Lowry stuff either, man. It's wild, but I called it in the offseason. People thought Lowry, they were like, he's washed, bro. He's going to play like 7 minutes. I was like, did you see Nick Nurse last year? He loves Kyle Lowry, bro. He's going to start Kyle Lowry, and he did it. I was right again. It was easy to see. I don't know what he loves about him.
It's sickening because, like you said, the perfect point you brought up. Miami played him 6 or 7 minutes. Oh, you going by. They got him out of there. He's sitting on the couch eating bonbons and donuts, and then Lowry called. Lowry, hey, you got a phone call. Guess who it is? It's Nick Nurse. What? Here, come on and start for us, buddy. What? Are you serious? This dude is done. Tell him, and Bobby Jackson, tell him, and old boy Reggie Jackson to go sit down somewhere and go feed the ducks or something.
Go feed the ducks. Hey, Lowry, go feed the ducks.
Yeah, go feed the ducks, man. Go throw out some bread or something, man, because that's what old people do, you know. Well, I can't say old people.
Yeah, go to bingo, you know, go to the grocery store at like 5 a.m. when they first open. You know, that's only the old people to do that. Feed the ducks. Drive how fast, bro? How fast do you think Kyle Lowry drives on the highway? Like 45?
Man, come on, man. I hate to do it to him because the dude used to be decent. He's making a mockery of his legacy, man. Get out of basketball. This is a young man's game.
It is, I'm sure it's probably hard when you played your whole life and you were great your whole life. It's probably hard to move on and do something. I mean, it's probably hard, but yeah, you got to hang it up at some point. And Nick Nurse isn't helping him out by continuing to put him out there. I can't figure it out, bro. I can't, man. What else you got? What else you got, Jared?
I'm gonna end it. I know you got a 2-minute thing going on now, but I'm gonna end it on this. That dude is absolutely stealing. He's stealing money from the NBA, stealing from the Sixers. Him and Jackson are stealing. They need to get rid of him and say, look, you can't get any more money out of us. Peace.
Hey, I agree with you, brother. Thanks for calling as always, man.
All right, bro. Be cool, man.
Shout out to Jarrett Newsom with the pretty epic Kyle Lowry rant right there, man. I think that's good. I think that's good content for Instagram and TikTok, Jarrett. I think we're gonna use that. Hey, my man, Pizza was hanging out in the Discord for a while. We'll see what Pizza has to say. Yo, Pizza. There's somebody named Pizza and there's Pizza. What's up, Pizza?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. So, I've been watching the Nuggets, and Christian Brown's been playing really, really well this year.
Yeah.
I feel like, don't you feel like we should trade for him before the trade deadline?
I've heard that the Nuggets were reluctant to trade Christian Brown and a couple of other players this offseason. You know what I mean?
Maybe if we give up like a protected
Oh,
pick.
Paul George. It was in the Paul George. The Nuggets refused to trade Christian Brown in a package for Paul George when the Clippers were going to try to get something in return for Paul George before he walked in free agency. So I don't really see the Nuggets trading him. You know what I mean? Why would they? Because the Nuggets.
What about Aaron Gordon? I think he'd be perfect on this team.
He would be perfect on this team. You got to look at the other team. The Denver Nuggets are trying to win another championship. They're bringing back almost their whole championship team. They're not going to make any moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to make any moves, man. But I would love Christian Brown. I completely agree with you. The kid's a baller. Did you see him get in a fight because he dunked on somebody? Who was it? Rudy Gobert? He posted Rudy Gobert so hard and screamed in his face, and Rudy almost. Oh man, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's nice. Hey, Jared McCain almost dunked on somebody tonight. I forgot to point that out. So maybe Jared McCain can be our Christian Brown, man.
Yeah. But the Bucks might be blowing it up. Maybe like Bobby Portis.
The Bucks are blowing it up, man. Bobby Portis is a great one to throw out there because, if you're looking at teams that are possibly going to trade some players, yes, all in, bro. I'm all in on Bobby Portis. The dude's an animal. He's an engine. He never stops. He's an offensive rebounding machine. He can catch and shoot three guy. Bobby Portis is a dog. If the Bucks blow it up and you could somehow get Bobby Portis, I'm down. I don't want to give up the unprotected Clippers pick. It's 2028 because I think the Sixers are going to be at the top of the draft again with that pick. But, I don't know. Maybe some other teams could outbid us or something. But, yeah, I would. I love Bobby Portis, man.
Wait, would you give up the Clippers pick for Aaron Gordon?
No. But, yeah, I probably would. Well, I don't want to because I know after the Joel Embiid era, the Sixers are going to be in like a mini rebuilding phase, I think. Even though Daryl Morey's never been in a rebuilding phase, we'll see if Daryl Morey's still here by 2028. But I think that 2028 unprotected Clippers pick is insanely valuable, man. I think it's going to be like top of the draft pick. That's what I think.
Right. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
All right, hey man, thanks for calling, bro. I appreciate you. Call again anytime, man. Shout out to Pizza in the Discord, man. Shout out to Pizza. Ali, I think you were the first one in here, man, and then you went away. Now you're back, man. Ali is in the Discord, and then we'll get to there was another caller on the phone line, but he left. He got tired of waiting. Ali, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, Eastwood? What's up?
What's up, man? What's good?
I'm good right now. Hey, I was watching before you were having calls on. You were talking about how people how this team was really good and that you're seeing the potential form. And
Mhm.
I was on RB show talking about it, and a lot of fans were like, "Oh, the season's over. Oh, we're not even gonna make the plan." Can we keep the faith? We saw what Joel Embiid and his team look like with him and not out like what 30%. Let's just say 30%, 50%.
Mhm.
Imagine what it's gonna when he's at 100%. It's gonna look really good, and and a lot of fans are gonna like that because they're like, "Oh, we're 2-8, all this and all that." A lot of teams are losing right now, and lucky for us, the East it goes up and down. It's competitive, but it's also not competitive. Right now, like we're only like what 4 games off of like what Boston right now,
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 games off right now.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying that we're gonna be above them, but I think this team showed a lot of really good positives. And I swear to God, if Jared McCain is not starting over Lowry next game,
Tomorrow night.
I might
Literally
cry. I
tomorrow
might
night, he
cry.
needs to start. I agree.
I think moving forward when Maxey comes back, if he continues this level of play, he should absolutely be starting when Maxey comes back. I believe he earned that role so far.
I believe he
Like
earned that
he's
role
like
too. But at the same time, is it more because you have Paul George, you got Max, you got Embiid, you got a lot of guys that want to take shots out there. Is it more valuable to have him coming off the bench and just be like, hey, especially as a rookie, even though I don't think he has any development time at all, he looks incredible all around.
yeah, he doesn't look like a rookie right now.
But he can just come off the bench and just be that guy. It's your show, run the show off the bench. Then, I mean, he was running the show in the fourth quarter again tonight. He was running the show in the fourth quarter against the Hornets. It's like I see him having his own bench unit and being, a 20 plus point per game player off the bench. This is back to back. He had 27 against the Hornets. He had 23 tonight. This is a 20 plus point game player right now off the bench. I mean, I don't want to take any shots away from him is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree, but I just think right now Kelly Oubre is unplayable. Or he's not unplayable, but he's getting close to the level of that. When Jared McCain is offering more in every category, and the only thing that he isn't is defense. And to be honest, like that's because of his length. He's a small
Yeah.
defender, but he doesn't have length. Like his arms are short, so he can't really use his length to his advantage. And Kelly Oubre, I'm gonna give you a clip right here. Kelly Oubre, stop taking shots. Whatever you do,
Literally, don't shoot the ball anymore.
don't ever shoot the ball again. If he never shot the ball again, I would be very happy. This guy has the brain capacity of an acorn sometimes, and I'm like, he shot he shot contested over Mikal Bridges and Cat, and he was like, I remember you were talking about like how he had Paul George wide open, and he didn't pass him there. What are we
Yeah.
doing? Why is he playing?
He does not pass the ball. And even in the first quarter, I forgot to point this out too. In the first quarter, when Paul George started out hot, I think he had 6 points in 5 minutes or whatever. And everybody was kind of finding a rhythm. Kelly Oubre took the ball and took on a double team under the rim, like, my turn, guys. And I'm like, what is Kelly Oubre doing, bro? It's almost like that. Yeah, I picture that like meme of Drake sitting in the Kentucky locker room, and it's like Blood thinks he's on the team. Like, bro,
Yeah,
take it,
Like,
stop.
we have a guy that's actively ruining our momentum every time we play, and it's like you said last year. Like with we didn't have athletic players, and we have Caleb Martin who's better than him right now, and I just don't get what he provides right now.
Yeah, he shouldn't be in
He'll
the starting
obviously get
lineup.
better.
And him and Caleb Martin is I agree with that. Him and Caleb Martin is like too much of the same style of player, and Caleb Martin's a better shooter. That style of player, but a better shooter. Yeah, I think Kelly
And
Oubre needs to come off the bench.
I think
too.
he's a better offensive player too. And my last point, I wanted to talk about Drummond because a lot of us were happy Drummond came back. I was too, but I was very skeptical because I'm like, Andre Drummond, great rebounder, yes, absolutely great rebound, all-time rebounder, but he's not a great defender. I wanted to get Nick Claxton. I was talking about get Claxton. He's a good rebounder, great defender, amazing shot blocker, and if Embiid's hitting, you have a guy that can actually block shots.
Yeah.
Like I was really looking like
Because now it's
I was
looking
really
like
excited about that.
Because now it's looking like Drummond is here for rebounding. He's not a great interior defender. Yabusele so far is a bad defender, I would say. He's he needs to. There's a lot of things he needs to pick up on the defensive end as far as moving his feet and staying in front of guys. And I love Yabusele's potential offensively, but I haven't seen anything defensively that is exciting.
I just think with Drummond, he doesn't bring enough also offensively. He goes up every time. Like every time he gets the ball in the low post, he just goes straight up. He needs to be more patient. And again, this will all get better with Joel Embiid because he's that good of a player. When you have a superstar like Joel Embiid, you're going to be up in first quarters where your bench players can actually play minutes where you're not pressured. A lot of people aren't getting that.
Yeah.
But
I think
first game back with Joel Embiid, a lot of positives.
Yeah.
And I think we as Sixers fans, we can look forward to the future. It's a brighter future ahead. And the last thing I want to say is this. The rookies this year that we've drafted in Philly, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and now Jared McCain, all have been stars.
Wild.
We nailed it this year.
Nailed it. Yeah, thanks,
Nailed
man.
it.
Call again anytime, man. I appreciate you for calling. I appreciate you for contributing to the show, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah, bro.
Ali in the Discord, man. Great callers, man. Great callers in the Discord. Great callers on the phone line. Yeah, I agree. I guess a good starting lineup is, I don't know why Nick Nurse doesn't think Jared McCain is a point guard, but I think a really good starting lineup is Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, Caleb Martin, Paul George, Joel Embiid. Or is it Yabusele, Joel Embiid, Because I think it was only one play where Yabusele had a high-low with Joel Embiid, which was great. Jared McCain had a high-low with Joel Embiid. There's two players that were able to get Joel Embiid the ball deep under the rim. That is just something we've struggled with forever. I don't know if he plays. I'm excited for the potential of Yabusele and Joel Embiid on the floor together, but it has to be a game where Yabusele's shooting the ball well. He didn't shoot the ball well tonight. He's been shooting the ball great this season so far, and he shot 41% from three in the Euro League. So I expect him to continue to be a good 3-point shooter. So I'm excited to see moving forward Yabusele and Embiid on the floor together because it's very rare that you find a big man that can stretch the floor enough to play alongside Joel Embiid. So maybe the starting lineup eventually has Yabusele in it, or maybe he's a bench power forward the whole season. But I think it's time. I don't know. Does Jared McCain continue to come off the bench, or is it time to start Jared McCain? That's the last thing I'm going to say. Let me know in the chat. You give me your answer in the chat before we get out of here. Does Jared McCain come off the bench for the whole season, or is it time to start Jared McCain? If Sixers land Giannis would be insane. Noel, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Still 512 absolute sickos in the building. Hit the like button for me one time. Give me 500 likes. If this stream gets 500 likes, I will paint my nails like Jared McCain. Start Jared McCain. Black Smoke says. Omizi says first man off the bench. He should definitely be the first man off the bench. I agree with that. Like when we saw Jeff Doughton Jr. come in the game before McCain, we were like, what? But again, for some reason, Nick Nurse refuses to play him at point guard. He plays him alongside a point guard all the time, even though McCain is literally a point guard. We've seen him now control the game in the fourth quarter against the Hornets. He controlled the game in the fourth quarter in this game. He was feeding off of Joel Embiid and Paul George. I mean, it's time to play the kid. Stop with the Kyle Lowry stuff, man. Stop. Hey, what's up, man? Member in the chat. Nail polish emoji. Lawrence Talley, member in the chat. This team is a wish sandwich. I'm not going to lie to you, Lawrence. I don't even really know what that means. But I agree. Yeah. That's all I got to say, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, there's a lot of things that I liked. I'm not all doom and gloom right now. I'm looking forward to Joel Embiid continuing to ramp up and Paul George continue to ramp up. And maybe, if they keep ramping up by the middle of January, we will be a good basketball team. Or maybe I just stop caring, man. I don't know. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.